Right, so off to Sprigley's farm then. Ready to hand those two back in town. I think Sprigley just asked me to scout the southern road, if I remember correctly. We find that the brigands have kind of blockaded it to stop people leaving or entering the town, which makes a bit less sense now, given that they kind of edited the terrain so you can actually walk outside the valley.
A stranger, eh?
In different directions.
You're the best thing that's happened to us all day. Our best hope is to get help from Combe, our neighbours. They will not let our Chet fall to brigands.
Stay a moment.
I don't know if it's the same in the instanced areas, but now you can kind of walk over the hills over there to the northwest and kind of get up to the tag fields and go to the festival fields. Obviously they're still going to limit you. They might be using one of those impassable red walls. Hobbits don't wear shoes. You did the same with Tristana. I know, I'm a naughty boy. I do normally hide my shoes. I have to put some of my stuff on my cosmetic. There we go. And tell us bugger off, you're not going through. So we'll talk to him. Right, so let's take off some of these bits of armour for a second. Don't know about the cloak. And then let's set up a cosmetic outfit using our starting gear. I don't care about the headband. So let's put that in there. Chest. Legs. Not the boots. Not the boots. And then we're still using that one, so now it should look good. And we can put those back on now. So
this cannot be. I must write to Brackenbrook at once.
Still showing through, so I need to hide my shoes. There we go. Alright, you happy now? I'm now not wearing shoes. But technically, some hobbits do wear shoes. But they're considered a little bit weird. You're going to put me on the spot. I can't remember which particular group of hobbits it is. But one of them are known for wearing shoes. And I think more widely as well, sometimes hobbits can be known to wear shoes under very specific circumstances. Like if they're going on long travels or in particularly dodgy terrain that they might not want to step on. A bit like Sean Astin, who played Sam, when they were filming the Path Galen bit, where at the end of the Fellowship of the Ring, where they've got the canoes near Amonhen, and he was wading out into the water to try and catch Frodo as Frodo was kind of rowing away, and he stepped on some glass. If you haven't heard that story from the commentaries on the DVDs, so he had a bit of glass go right through his feet. He just kind of like stopped dead and was like, ouch. So that would have been a good time to wear shoes, although to be fair, the bit of glass probably would have gone through his shoes as well. But might have helped a bit.
Lovely. This is sure to cheer Omdir right up. This tea will help Omdir feel better. I just know it.
So
this will do nicely. It gives me something to munch on for a bit, at least.
Again, level 5. No new skill though.
What have I done? You cannot fathom just how wrong I have been.
Do not despair. You have done well. I thank you, but I have not the stomach to drink this now.
Right, so
Did
we
my
need to
tea
search for 3 people.
I knew it would.
So they're all dead bodies down south. So this one I think is near Old Blood Tusk. That one's a bit further west. That one's inside the camp or just outside the camp. We need to ask the Exile Hunter to come to Archer's aid. So he's at the hunting lodge. I think he'll give us a quest as well to kill some of those marsh flies or whatever they are. Lost Shire Hobbit, Happy Lol. Yep, the stores, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so that's right. Yeah, because you get the store boots in Enedwaith, don't you? That you can find. I think you find them out in the wild as evidence of hobbits having existed there at some point. But as well, one of the deeds maybe it's one of the deeds for searching for signs of hobbits. You get rewarded with some store boots, which you can then put inside your houses and stuff. It doesn't look particularly fancy. It literally just looks like a pair of boots. But if you wanted to like put some boots out on your front porch or something, just to make it look like you took your shoes off as you've come home, then it can be useful in that regard. Okay, so hunting lodge. So if I remember correctly, he sends us to kill some marsh flies and prove that we're...
I presume you're here to bring me ill
strong and
news
powerful.
from town. Calder Carl has shown his true colours at last.
Oh no, he sends us straight down in to look for brigands. Okay. I'm sure something at some point gets us to kill marshflies, and the marshfly queen is around here somewhere. But I can't remember if she's part of the quest or not. Maybe the marshfly quest comes after the brigands. Ignore you for now. You are yellow, so you are passive unless I aggravate you. Right, I'm going to have to swim the rest of the way, I think. So, the ruins down here, Blackwold's Roost is going to be another area we need to tick off on our little exploration deed. So if we just wander over and run in the front door, we'll be able to tick that off. And one of the bodies is down the back end as well. And we also need to get the, was it the altar? Down at the south entrance. I can't remember if you can do that inside the starting area or not though. It's part of the wider Breland deed. Punchy punchy punch and Hulk smash. There we go. It doesn't need to be a specific type of brigand, we can just murder anyone. You're a ranged one because I remember you. Okay, Hulk smash. So probably I need to get used to memorising what the last skill is before I do a Hulk smash. But we know that number 3 won't have any bonus effects until I'm traded, so... don't need a wolf. So if I haven't punched it yet, leave him alone. Oh, lag. Okay. So we're inside Blackwood's Roost. We need the plans, which are there. Grab that. Still need to kill one more. I've angered something. There we go. You're the leader. Punch you a few times. Half health. Hulk smash. Doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. So I want to go to the south. There's a dead body over there. Maybe I have to be outside the instance area then, because there's normally an altar or something over here. Maybe it's meant to be on there. I have to check when we get out of the starting area. Although it's going to send me to the Shire though, so it would be harder to come and get back and get that. Walt Wheatley has been murdered by Blackwolds. Who'd have thunk it? I mean, they could have hid the evidence. Where are we going? So, second one is over here. Blood Tusk is actually an aggressive mob. One of the few, possibly the only aggressive mob, apart from the brigands, in the starting area. There we go, Bill Hayspear. He's dead, Jim, indeed. He's worse than dead. His brain is gone. Classic. Third season of the original Star Trek really went off the rails. Right, spank him, there we go. Right, so back to report the tragic news and let him know that all his farm hands are now dead. So he's going to have to do all the work himself. Although what this guy actually does, I don't know, because he doesn't actually farm anything. He's got a couple of animals, and a basement full of spiders. But that's about it. I suppose he's got a bit of farming fields there, but he doesn't plant anything.
What do you need?
So obviously we get loads of weapon rewards, but as a brawler we don't use any of them. So all of these are completely useless. So bring the Blackblood clans back to the hunting lodge. Run all the way back. Where are we? 2/3 of the way through level 5. Annoyingly, I can't view the trait trees actually until we're outside. Otherwise, we might be able to have a bit of a look at them and understand kind of where we might end up going and what they actually are. But as I say, I think there's Fulcrum, Balance, and Maelstrom. One of the other things I noticed while I was having a look at the wiki as well is that normally where the class deeds limit you to a certain amount of skills you can use per day to work on your class skill deeds, unless they've changed it since the Brawler was introduced, there's actually no daily cap, so you could in theory do all of the requirements in one day for each deed. I don't know if that's intentional. I'm guessing probably not, but they don't seem to have fixed it in a hurry because the Brawler's been out a while now, so maybe it is intentional. But we'll see whenever we get out the opening area and we actually go in the main world whether we can actually do any of those deeds. I can't remember what any of them are, but a lot of them as well do tend to have quite low numbers, like use it 100 times or 125 times, and if they're just simple low cooldown skills like what we've got there, it should be pretty quick and easy to tick them off. So it's not going to be like certain classes where you need to use a certain skill 2,000 times or something ridiculous, because that can get a bit tedious, particularly for classes that need to do
Good work, my friend. I believe there is hope for us yet.
Members.
We only need a strategy.
So, oh, did I miss one? Okay. I don't remember this one. Okay. I have no idea what this is. Oh, it's this one, the one where you speak to Galadriel, okay. Sylri.
Listen to my words.
She's going to voice that over herself, apparently.
I am Galadriel, the Lady of the Golden Wood. Do not be afraid, young one. Your kind is known to me, but I have beheld hobbits such as you only from afar. I will not long disturb your sleep. I can visit you in dreams for only a short time. I have looked into my mirror and seen much that worries me. Let me show you.
Get previews of all the various stages of the game and the various threats we face. The original endgame bosses in Angmar. I have seen lighted windows in the evil city of Khandum, the dread land of Angmar stirs. Shadows once stretched forth from Angmar to threaten Middle-earth. We've got good old Mordorith there. I fear they will again. So Khandum and Angmar was kind of like the original endgame region back at launch. And we've got the Bridge of Khazad-dûm from Moria and the Moria expansion. Where, spoilers, we see the Fellowship here. My mirror shows me much else I do not understand. Presumably you know who Aragorn is, and probably Boromir maybe? Should definitely know Legolas. and she'll know who Gandalf is. And she should know what a Balrog is, so she should it should disturb her if she sees all this. Have they changed that model for that Balrog? Or did he always look like that in this flashback? Some of this may come to pass, or none of it. That is the nature of my mirror's power. Off to Rohan now. All of Middle-earth is endangered by something to do with Sauron. Theoden, Wormtongue and Eowyn. We need strength, wisdom and courage if we are to oppose him. So if any of you guys watching have not been to Rohan yet, it is pretty cool. Apart from the war steeds. But the architecture and the design of all the like the houses and the towns out there is very nice.
You are near to wakefulness. The last tendrils of sleep will soon release you. You ask why I wanted to show you this? It is for one reason. I saw you in my mirror, not once or twice, but often. Whether you desire it or not, your fate is tied to that of Middle-earth. Do not forget my words when you awaken. The free peoples of Middle-earth will have need of you. You must not fail them.
So odds are, unless you're an elf and you're randomly dreaming of Galadriel, you're not going to know who the hell she is or whether this was a real dream or not. There we go. We've woken up after our nap. Finish that. And we need to talk to Atli Spiderbane next. But I think the guy outside will give me the quest to kill... actually, he's it.
Greetings, traveller!
Or maybe you only move inside the town then afterwards. Spiders on the old path. Again, no one still gave me the quest. I'm not imagining it. I'm sure there's a Marshfly quest. And I'm sure it is part of the intro. It's not part of Archer later on. Alright, so head up and over here. Ignore you. Actually, you're passive. I can run straight past you. So into the spider-infested hellhole that is over here. And we need to kill 4 spiders and make it all the way to the end and just double check that the town wall is intact. There we go, that's one. Might just punch a few of you and grab you up, just to be lazy. Well, you're going to aggro anyway. Is this an AoE? It's not, is it? That's a shame. You'd think Hulk Smash should be an AoE. .90 damage, that did crit. It does do alright damage, but it doesn't feel particularly powerful like it maybe should do. This is the last one we need. There we go. Right, so let's run all the way down the back. I think most of these are passive except maybe the ambushers. Like that one. Oh no, he's actually passive as well, he just appears out of the ground. So, search the scout. The Brigand Scout met his doom at the dead end on the old east path, so he tried to get into town but he couldn't because the wall was there. Not that it would stop the spiders, because I mean, that wall's maybe 6 feet tall. These spiders are probably at least 2 if not 3 feet long, wide, whatever. You would not tolerate these spiders to live near your town, let's be honest. Even if you you weren't afraid of spiders. You would not want spiders this big living anywhere near you. It's not good, really, is it? So, back to John Brackenbook. And see if we finally get our Marshfly quest. But after this, it's definitely going to be back to town, and I think we're pretty much done with the intro area then.
A dead end will surely work in our favour.
Couple of dies. There we go. Okay, okay. Accept. So we get the quest. I just want to double check that there's nothing outside now before we do this. No. I can't be going mad, surely. I'm sure there's a Marshfly quest. Maybe it's outside the intro area, but it's still in Archer afterwards. Alright, travel now. We've got a ding, and we've got a new skill, actually.
John Brackenbrook and his hunters have reached the outskirts of Archet to find it already ablaze. A desperate struggle to save their village is about to begin. Hopefully, you have arrived in time.
There we go. So they've spotted us. We must move now. Come on.
We have no time to lose.
We must help my father. Okay. Right, so what? What's this new skill? Hurl object.
We must save Ned.
So it's a ranged skill, 25 metres. Hurl object to your foe. Does maybe reasonable damage compared to my other skills. Actually, it's probably my most damaging attack, actually. Except for my overhand smash. But we can use this as like a ranged pull attack, so we can just kind of fling something at someone, aggravate them, let them run into melee, and then we can smack them with our normal skills. Particularly like if they're upstairs on a balcony or on top of a cliff or something, we can just pull them without them to run all the way up. So every melee class generally has some sort of ranged pull attack. Like burglars can throw daggers, like captains and minstrels can just like shout or whatever. But it reduces their run speed as well, so it's not only a ranged pull, it makes them run slower, which kind of is a bit counterintuitive because you want them to be in melee so you can finish them off. But it's got 8-second duration on the run speed debuff on a 6-second cooldown, so you can keep something permanently debuffed with run speed, which is interesting. So carry on. Yep, your husband's dead. Sorry. We need to talk to John Brackenbook first.
Our chat must still be saved.
So yeah, that's another reason why your first name shouldn't be Ned. If you know your fantasy stuff.
There are more up ahead.
People called Ned tend to die early in the story. So spank all these guys. Throw a mug in his face. Honk. There we go, the fight went well.
We must find my father before it's too late.
So around to the crafting area. Take it off the screen now. Yes, good old Atlas.
Look, Hartley is ahead. All must not be lost. Well met, friend. Is the crafting hall safe?
Yeah, Atlas Spider's Brains shows up in some of the more recent content. I don't know about Three Peaks and Gundabad. I'm sure he showed up either in the Ironfold or somewhere over there, mountains around Erebor and such. Up in the Withered Heath.
Although the Mad Badger burns, I still hold out hope.
Okay. So yes, your pub's burnt down. Sorry about that.
Father, I knew you would survive.
But yeah, hang on, hold your thoughts. He's not going to survive. I'm alive, son, but I grow weary from the fight. Does Archit fall now? So it's suddenly getting really dark and gloomy.
They approach! Defend us!
So they can walk through flames, but we can't. They don't even do like a little jump animation. It'd be a nice touch. There we go. A couple more. Spank them. The big boss has been arrived. Go, job done.
There is no more time for games. We come for the Ranger.
What have you done, Quarter Cob? What have you become? A traitor. You have always been blind where I am concerned, Captain, but perhaps you begin to understand me. All I know is that you betrayed your home and your peoples. You should be ashamed. Enough talk. Amber is now a servant of Mordor. Come, Dunedain. Yes, master. He's now been enthralled by the Cargulls. What is happening? Actually, here's a good point. Where did Aragorn go? Because he was here with Amdir a little while ago.
Father! No!
I don't know if he gave an explanation that he was going off somewhere or not. Maybe he did. There we go, spank them. We've defeated Caldecott. Amdir has been kidnapped.
What misery has befallen us? My father was right to trust no one.
And we're going to travel now, and there's probably going to be a very loud cutscene, so fair warning if you've got your headsets on.
With the Blackwold's grip on Archit broken, the hobbits hurry home to the Shire, eager to return to their simple, peaceful lives. But not all is as peaceful as it seems. Troubles stir at the bounds, and a shadow of fear is left in the wake of the Nazgûl.